Sure. So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to ADL Learning Exchange Day 2. So, I'm Nina, and I'm an intern from the Ateneo Salt Institute. So, next up for today is Miss Leia Lilibeth Emata to tackle interdisciplinary performance task through Minecraft. So, Miss Emata is a junior high school science teacher from Xavier University, Ateneo de Cagayan. So, let's all give her a warm welcome.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Nina. Good afternoon, everyone. The title of my sharing this afternoon is Interdisciplinary Performance Task through Minecraft. As mentioned by Nina, I am Lilibeth Emata, Assistant Principal for Academics of Xavier University Junior High School. And before I begin, I would like to thank the staff and the team of ADL, Adaptive Design for Learning. We really learned a lot at the onset of this pandemic and at the onset of preparing the modules that we have for the school year. We've really been helped by ADL. It started with first with the necessity. There was a direction from the university president telling us that this is a flexible learning and this is something that you will do. Second is that by circumstance, now we have to really be flexible because there are two Jesuit charisms that are really asked of us in these times. Now that's adaptability and creativity, and that is why we thought of the interdisciplinary performance task in every quarter, no, across all levels. And so this is my presentation for this afternoon. So this Minecraft interdisciplinary PT is a grade 8 performance task of the third quarter. Just a little background. So we're a Microsoft Showcase school, and before we haven't been using Minecraft across the level, the entire grade level. So this is the first time that we've used it for the grade 8 level. Before, we've had attempts in introducing it in science, in computer, and in integration of science and math and computer in the grade 7 as well as in the grade 8 science. But this time, all students were able to use it for the entire grade 8 level. Okay, so here's a sample Minecraft that was built as a performance task for science, no? As a presentation for science. So the goal is to build an environment that is life supporting and life giving. The goal here is for the student to be able to present different ideas of biodiversity, knowing the concepts of the different taxonomies, their different kingdoms, and that they all come in connection with the others and the interplay in the web of life. But apart from that, there are human activities that should be seen as affecting the environment, and there are some disruptions that are caused by human activities that would affect the environment. So that was the goal for science in this performance task. So as you've seen, this is an area of a Minecraft that is built where the students will be able to show that kind of biodiversity that we want now with the taxonomic levels present, but as well as being able to explain this one. After doing the Minecraft, they should be able to create an explanation as to what is a balanced ecosystem, what is required in a balanced ecosystem, given the effects of the human activities to the environment that they have created. Now, this is an isolated environment or an area, and I'll say an island, but they are able to name the different organisms that are present there. You've seen in the video, no, there are even as small as mushrooms, and there are aquatic organisms that are present. So the students able to explain that kind of balance, no, balancing, and the human disruptions that would cause the disruptions, no, from an unbalanced ecosystem, given the food chain or the entire food web in the ecosystem. Now, their task in math is to be able to show or to solve predictable outcomes through graphs and linear models. So here, the students should be able to calculate and present the number of animals and even plants, or even other organisms that are present that are needed in a given community, and show that through a graph, but also show where that is in the Minecraft, no, the replica of the Minecraft with the animals that they said should be present, the number of animals present given the different situations, different calculations in math for graphing and solving equations. For computer, while all the task is really about is centered on that biodiversity project for science, computer here prepares the students in being able to build that Minecraft ecosystem. So while they are preparing for their science project or math project, computer prepares them in terms of the skills of using the different blocks in the Minecraft and how to build it through the replicas. So when you say replicas, these are smaller versions of building something so that they will be able to build the entire ecosystem in the integration task. So it serves a very important role in the integration of the task because they cannot practice building that ecosystem without being able or being introduced to the different worlds. Even in Minecraft, that should use the creative mode, not the survival mode, and then there are certain blocks that they can use. Actually, in the creative mode, they can use all other blocks that they would want. So this is really in a creative mode. And by the way, they are using Minecraft Education Edition as part of their Microsoft accounts. But we did not limit them to use that one. Now, some of them already have the Pocket Edition of the Minecrafts with them in their mobile phones. So the task for Filipino here is to strengthen awareness and involvement of men in building a community. So they are actually tackling certain social issues here in terms of keeping that balance in the ecosystem. So while the entire concept of the performance task is about diversity and coexistence, they will still be able to analyze different literatures in Filipino and being able to share their thoughts in terms of the issues that are happening in a community, in different communities in general. So that is what is taught in Filipino. In the end of the quarter, at the end of the quarter, they should be able to create a video. That's a mini pelikula. That's a video actually na nagtataguyod ng kamalayan sa lipunan. And so being able to be socially aware and being able to become advocates of as Athenians, men and women in addressing these social issues. Uh, Other subjects also come in this Minecraft project through, for example, for music here, their task is to showcase history and culture. Sorry, I'm back to the previous one. So for music, their task is to showcase history and culture through digital, visual, and performing arts. So they are in their music classes, they are exposed to the different East Asian folk songs. But when they are able to study these different ways, East Asian folk songs, how they are developed now and how they are used in the community in Asian countries, they will talk about diversity in terms of culture, no? Diversity of the culture in each country and how this is very influential in the different places that they've been into. And so they will be showcasing uh, a musical play here. Now they'll be playing a musical instrument and they'll be showing that in a video. That is their contribution in terms of music. For PE, we know that the competency and the goal for PE is really to create an exercise. So they will be able to understand diversity of skills and talents through the exercises that they are forming. Here in this example, this is a yoga, choreographed yoga, but yoga is just one of the many exercises that they are supposed to showcase here. So they are to present a 2-minute recorded exercise routine suited to one's capability or need. How did that come in the integration of performance tasks? The competency is about being able to perform that exercise. But the understanding is that there are different skills and talents of the individual persons in a community that comes into play when they are in a community or in an ecosystem. Okay, so that's how they are able to explain that part of the video as part of the Minecraft project. Now, what do the other subjects contribute? Now, how do they come in play in terms of the Minecraft project. Now, for the other subjects, English, CH, and Araling Panlipunan, CH, Christian Humanism in our school, they will be able to show a message of unity in diversity. So for Araling Panlipunan, it's about thriving human behavior and interactions through the years. Being able to study Renaissance and American Revolution, its influence in our economies, and how that affects our present time, they should be able to show that in their explanation, and also be able to show how they would show their love for the country, given the different social issues and the different human activities that are affecting a certain ecosystem, again, that is built centered on the biodiversity topic of science. So here in this example, in the lower right portion is the output in Araling Panlipunan ng mga paraan upang maipakita ang pagmamahal sa bayan sa panahong ito. So they will be able to show love of country is seen in their actions, no? In their actions in the community, in the interactions that they have in a certain community. And then in CH, it's about a message of unity in diversity in terms of religion. No, that equality is different from equity, and so in CH, their topic is really more of that, no, faith and equity for all. While for English, the message is about flourishing expressions of unity in diversity. So they are to come up with a persuasive essay about unity in diversity. That is their product, their exit. We call it an exit product after a week of learning English. And so that is shown in the essay that they are to perform at the end of the quarter as part of this interdisciplinary task. Okay. So as you've seen in the examples, different subjects come to play in an interdisciplinary performance task. No? Why interdisciplinary? Because learning is really interdisciplinary. You don't just learn Araling Panlipunan and history without being able to communicate that in Filipino or in English. You don't just learn math and in terms of graph and its linear equations, but the student should be able to solve and use that as it is applied in a community, and all the other things, no, communication, the interplay of faith in terms of Christian humanism, and of course the computer skills that are needed coming that's coming from the TLE or the computer subject. Now, there's even cookery here for grade 8. Now, I forgot to show the example. They were exposed to cooking at home, na being able to showcase their talents as connected to the MAPE music and PE output at the end of this quarter. So you are seeing the interplay of the different projects, but in the interdisciplinary performance task, these different subjects come into one output that is a Minecraft output. Okay, so the entire theme for the quarter is about diversity and coexistence, and therefore those are the different roles of the different subjects. But in an interdisciplinary task, you won't be able to see the individual roles of the subject when they are in a total performance. In the performance, like this example, this Minecraft example, you won't be able to see the different blocks, but each block already has a certain role in creating the whole of the product. So when they talk about diversity and coexistence, they all talk about the experiences that they have from the different subjects. So this is an example of a Minecraft output, although not from our students. This was a sample made by my niece. Not I just told her that can you show me an example where there are different blocks that are used in building a product of a Minecraft, and so she created a library. And while I already showed a sample of my niece, my 5-year-old nephew also said, can you also show my example? So here's his example of a Minecraft. Now it shows that even students in the early years, they are already exposed to using Minecraft, because Minecraft is like Lego before, but it's already now digital. So it's a world like Lego where anything that you could imagine and anything that you could create can be created out of the blocks that are there in Minecraft. Okay. So here is a quote from Sir Don Oliveria, our ITS, but also he was the grade 8 head moderator at that time. He said, this endeavor commissioned the fusion of learning areas and content critical outcomes. So you are again addressing the different competencies from the different subjects, but you are connecting all this in one theme, and that is about diversity and coexistence for the quarter. So the Minecraft gave life to the harmony of these concepts and skills across subjects, promoting realistic and practical realizations that are that can be really useful um, in the long run. So he was able to witness how these experiences come into play, and that students really is able to they are able to own the process in the entire quarter where they were able to participate in. Okay, and everything about Minecraft, no, really began with an input coming from our grade 10 students. Now, here you will be able to see that teachers, no, even I was really amazed by the explanation of our student Joshua, who was able to explain what are the different controls in Minecraft, how are what could be possible, no, it comes to Minecraft creation. So we had a session with him earlier before we began the quarter. No, even I think this was sometime in January. We already had prepared for this Minecraft project that we want to see what could be possible scenarios in which the students will be in when they are already playing with Minecraft. And so we had that session with him. Okay, just the context of the entire grade 8, no, or even the entire XUJHS students here. 85% are and they're on their smartphones, 55% laptop, 21% with tablets or iPads, and 20% with personal computers. So most of them, as you can see, as a smartphone to work with. So they are using they were using the pocket edition of the Minecraft. But others have been using the Minecraft Education Edition in their laptops and in their PCs. So as you can see here, some of our students have two devices or three devices at home, in which was used in the quarter for the Minecraft. So at the end of the quarter, these were some of the sharings of our teachers. Now we have from Araling Pandipunan, the use of Minecraft made me realize the endless creativity of our students. Now imagine in Araling Pandipunan, they have shown concrete actions of showing their love of the country. Minecraft developed lifelong learning of building, creating, problem solving, but as well as surviving, no? Not just in these times, but really surviving given the social issues and the community issues that are present with the human activities. We also have a sharing here from a science teacher, Miss Marian. She said, Minecraft has made the teaching learning process more engaging. It was a perfect platform for an integrated performance task. They spent less time for instruction, giving more time for students to be creative and imaginative. So it was a task really that students never complained about. And I was also able to experience that before. So we thank all the grade 8 moderators who were open enough. No? And we gave them the trust and the faith. They were hopeful, they were faithful, but more importantly, they had the courage to really uh, make sure that they have a role in this integration and that everyone will really be able to contribute to the interdisciplinary performance task. And we also thank all the XUJHS faculty and staff for really being able to animate that Magis for the entire year. So I mentioned this interdisciplinary performance task wasn't just from one subject, it is really across all levels, across all quarters of from grade 7 to grade 10. And so why did we do the interdisciplinary performance task? Because we were hoping that when students will come out from the portals of our school, they will be able to bring with them that kind of humanity, that what they are doing in school is really something that is useful in their times. So that's the action, that their reflection will be rich, their insights will be rich, such that they will be able to create a certain action given the things that they are learning in the different subjects. Okay. So and why interdisciplinary? Because of three things. One is that we are empowering students now with the project that we are giving them. every quarter. Empowered learner means that students are able to leverage the use of technology in solving a certain problem. So we are represented here with the 17 global goals for sustainability. So that Minecraft project was able to address life on land, peace, justice, life on water, also maybe about poverty and maybe about sanitation and clean air. So we're not just addressing one global goal in the project, but we are addressing several goals, and then they will be able to create such action. Second is that we are also asking the students to become innovative designers. No? That as students, they should be able to make use of a variety of tech tools. No? That tech tools will serve as our way of making our work simpler. No? Because Minecraft is here, so why not use it in the different subjects where engagement is already present. And the last one is that we are also asking the students to become creative communicators. So in the end, we want the students to clearly express their ideas in terms of the social issues presented to them, in terms of the human actions that are present in a given environment, and they will not just be able to show that through the persuasive speech that they have, but as well as in even when they talk about faith and religion and Christian humanism, and even when they talk about uh, it in Araling Panlipunan and in the other subjects. So that ends my presentation. I would invite each one to design, make, and create interdisciplinary tasks, performance tasks, no? For the students. So because it has a lot of benefits for all of us. So thank you and good afternoon. And maybe there are some questions here from Nina.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Mr. Emata. So now we will be opening up the floor for questions. So if you have any questions, kindly you can input them in the chat below, or you can also unmute your mic. So yeah, I think so. I think we have a question here. And so my co-teachers and I would also love to use an engaging tool such as Minecraft to design an interdisciplinary assessment such as yours. May I know how the project was graded? Was there a rubric for the project as a whole, or was a separate rubric used per subject? So thank you.
Yeah. So there was a separate rubric per subject. As I mentioned in my presentation, there's this exit product for every subject, which contributes to the whole of the integration. So let's say for English, it's a persuasive paragraph that they would come up at the end of the quarter. So in that persuasive speech, English would come up with a rubric in terms of how they would check the speech. Now, and Filipino would also be checking their own exit product. Na even computer, it's in the creativity and the skills learned in computer. So the other subjects will have their own rubrics, but we would encourage all teachers to check only at the end of the PT week, so that students will be able to integrate all their learnings from the other subjects and really apply that in their explanations. Yeah.
Yes, I hope that answers your question, Miss De La Cuesta. And thank you
I hope
so
that
much.
answer the question. Yeah.
Yeah, so here someone is raising their hand. So Mr. Ben Ong, would you like to unmute your mic?
Okay, thank you. May I just ask concerning the time allocated for the students to work on this? Did they work on the project during their class time, like for example, for computer, during computer time, for English during English time, or did they have to do it in a separate time that is after dismissal? That's all. Thank you.
Yeah. So there's only an hour of live session that is done. And therefore the rest of the day is really asynchronous. Kasi we still follow the bicronus mode of learning, where there's limited live session and the rest is asynchronous. So in the live sessions will be engagement, will be questions, will be discussions, but all the readings and videos and the modules will be already given ahead to them. And so each subject prepares that module. We call it the learning packet, student learning packet guide, that is given to the student, that the student can work on it asynchronously. We just made sure that at week 0, that's our preparation for the PT. All the questions about the installations were already addressed before that, so that in terms of technicalities, they don't have problems anymore. But they will be learning more about it. In They will be learning more, which is more focused on the subject.
And thank you so much, Ms. Emata. So I think we have another question here from Miss Clarissa.
Good afternoon. I would just like to clarify something. Uh, the output from the students is unified. Like, for example, I understand that it is interdisciplinary, but for example, uh, do they have to submit it in a different link if it's for different subjects, or do they just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
submit one output for all of the subjects?
Yes, thank you. So there was a slide presentation at the end of the quarter where all the outputs and the links, now the QR code for the videos that are needed are there. And we also ask the students to submit their digital portfolios at the end of the quarter, which would show their insights, no, and the reflections that they have, their self-assessments as well in terms of doing the product. So there was this slide presentation and the digital portfolio at the end.
Sorry, follow-up question lang po.
Yes,
So the teachers, all of the teachers from different subjects access only one
one
link to
one
to
link to
grade.
the slide presentation. But
I
although during their period, the student was already able to give them the output, because during their period we encouraged them to not just do feedback but feed forward. Now there were already feedback inputs in terms of improving their product for that certain subject, such that when it comes PT week, at the end of the week for the quarter, before consultation days, they will be able to um, put this up in a slideshow presentation and also in the digital portfolio.
Thank you.
Thank you po.
And thank you so much, Ms. Grace. Now I think Mr. Ben has another question.
Yes.
Not exactly another, just going back to that question because I was kind of still not. Anyway, uh, my point is are they doing the project using the class time, or do they do it after dismissal, meaning like 6 in the evening, that's when they do the project, or is it done, for example, my computer class time is from 1 to 2, they do it during that time, so uh,
Yeah.
like since it's a
Sorry if I
project.
did not clarify that. Yes. The
Sometimes we teachers would give it as a project for them to do it after class, which we are discouraging for this online because we would want them to do it during class time. So I would just like to know if how you did it. Thank you.
Okay. For our flexible learning class, we only have an hour for the session. Let's say for science, that's just an hour of the live session, but the rest is asynchronous. So there's a module. So during the day, the rest of the day, they will be doing that assignment in science. So I hope I answered the question.
Uh,
It was not during the
for,
live session. So the Minecraft making is only was done outside the live session. It was in the asynchronous task, but all the questions are answered during the live sessions.
Meaning the asynchronous task, that is also during the science period.
During the day, for example, because we're doing it every week now, but during the day there's just 1 hour of live session. The rest of the day they will be doing that assignment.
Yeah, but
Mm-mm.
still it's inside the schedule.
Inside the
Within,
schedule,
within the
within school
schedule.
hours. Yes po.
Okay, okay,
Within
that's
school
fine.
hours
Thank you, thank you.
until 4:30.
And so if you have any more questions, well, you can raise them now, and then we will be moving on to the next session at 4 p.m. And so you can input them in the chat, or you can also unmute your mics. Yes, I think we have a question from Mr. Orlando Leon. So this integration is more of doing different performance tasks in one platform.
Yeah, different task, but you may see it as different task because of the competencies that they are answering per subject. But as you see, when they already will be able to integrate that into the diversity and coexistence theme, then we will be able to see the interdisciplinarity of the task. No? That one lesson in one subject is useful in another subject, and that all the insights about diversity and coexistence will really come from their learnings from the different subjects when they are able to come up with a certain action. So that was the goal of our flexible learning. Na? We would want that kind of adaptability and creativity on the part of the students, but in terms of flexing, minimizing the load that will be given to them, something that's engaging so that they can do it on their own during their asynchronous time. And even if we say we cannot cover the entire standards for the quarter, no, we are hoping that with the interdisciplinary performance task, we will be able to with the vertical and horizontal alignment, now in terms of the thematic integration, we will be able to align all the assessments and the activities into one, such that maybe in the long run, we are hoping that there's that kind of transfer that is possible in a quarter. So yun po. So thank you so much for your presence this afternoon, and for the questions that are posted here. Thank you po.
And so thank you so much again for everyone for attending this session, and also of course to Ms. Emata for that wonderful talk. And so the next
Thank you,
session,
Nina.
yes, well, thank you pa. And so for everyone, the next session will be Capstone Gallery, Learning and Feedbacking with my classmates, and it will be beginning at 4:10 p.m. So you may now move on to the next session. The Zoom link should be available in the email that we sent you with your customized schedule. So thank you so much again, everyone.